If you don't like my freaking opinions, look at the numbers and make your own opinions. That's fine. Don't call me a freaking black pillar and, block me like Cat Turd does because you can't accept the fact that I'm trying to help your mission. This is a little bit of Mark Mitchell lore, and I'm going to teach you something from Admiral Rickover from the nuclear Navy. And what's wild about the nuclear Navy is that they operate in a very dangerous envelope, a very dangerous operating envelope. I don't know if you understand fluid dynamics, but being 1,000 feet underwater is like 30 times worse than being in outer space, because instead of trying to hold one atmosphere in, you're trying to keep 30 atmospheres out. And that's really tough to do. And also you have a nuclear reactor, which is really super dangerous. And the nuclear reactor is run by people who are 20 years old that had 12 months of training. And so how do you do that? How do you not have reactor accidents? And how does the sub not go and implode? Well, it's things like the 5 pillars of operational discipline. And, Indian H-1B engineering departments don't really do this kind of thing, this kind of like quality in culture thing, where quality is systematically built into the way that people do business on a daily basis. This is how I started my career, and this stuck with me everywhere in corporate America, especially in Walmart, where I use these principles in order to identify all of the problems in quality. In fact, I was actually a quality assurance officer on the USS Nebraska, believe it or not. And the 5 pillars of operational discipline, just to go over them, I'll do them out of order. Obviously, integrity is super important. You hear me talk about that. That's like not just honesty. It's also doing your job. It's not being lazy. It's not being weak. It's being strong and disciplined and doing your job even when it's hard. Formality is kind of important, especially when you're operating a nuclear reactor. You should probably give like orders and not be informal. And you should probably follow the procedures and do stuff like that. Super important. Questioning attitude. And that's like, hey, if you see something, say something. Like we're all on the submarine. We're all in America. We all want this country to succeed. And so if I see a problem, even if it's not my, area of expertise, I'm going to say something, because the mission is super important. Level of knowledge. I'm informing myself with my polls. I'm expected to understand the working, body politic of America. And I do a lot of research, but I use my polling, and I try to inform every opinion I have on an actual number. And so I give you the numbers too. If you don't like my freaking opinions, look at the numbers and make your own opinions. That's fine. Don't call me a freaking black pillar and, block me like Cat Turd does, because you can't accept the fact that I'm trying to help your mission by using my questioning attitude. And finally, I left for last, the most important one, forceful watch team backup. And this is like, if you see somebody screwing up, they're going to sink the submarine and kill everybody. And so the mission is more important specifically than any one human being's ego. And sometimes it's hard to have forceful watch team backup. Sometimes the captain does really stupid things and you're just a lowly enlisted guy. But if he's wrong, you have to tell him he's wrong. And I've had to tell the captain he's wrong. And, I had to kind of tell Trump that he was screwing some stuff up too. And I didn't want to do that because, I've been following Trump since like 2015. I was back on the Donald, man. I was a keyboard warrior. And now I got Dan Bongino saying I'm a black pillar. Like, screw you, dude. Like, screw you. I'm trying to help. And now I see positive things, and I'm going to be super freaking positive because I think he's going in the right direction. Carrots and sticks, people. If Trump does dumb stuff, I'm going to beat him with the stick. If he does good stuff, it's like, hey, I'm gonna say it's good stuff. And it's incredible the amount of clapping seals, like Rich says, clapping seals, cheerleaders on the internet that can't freaking get that. So this is where I'm coming from. I'm trying to save America for my kids, and it has nothing to do with the party, and it has nothing to do with teams. I'm not on the Republican team. I'm not on the conservative team. I'm on the team that I think is going to work to help save America for my kids. And you need freaking brutal honesty sometimes. America is too far gone for us to have snowflakes. And unfortunately, I think that part of the problem is that these people that have snowflakes are kind of like grifters. They have to like maintain control of their carefully constructed followership in order to Yeah. Look, I'm a big Trump 3 times voter, but I'm also a realist, common sense, logical, free thinker. Yep. Such as yourself, and that's why you're number one. Thank you very much. We're inside. Yeah, I appreciate it. Free thinkers. That's what we are. We have agency. If we don't have agency, what are we? That's like the fundamental definition of freaking humankind. God gave us independent thought and free will, and Vivek is all about brutal honesty. Did somebody say Vivek's about brutal honesty? Vivek's about running from Twitter now. This Casey Pooch guy has got like, we didn't really have a chance to talk about this very much, but Vivek finally capitulated. And he said, just a month ago, imagine running from your comments on the social media, and now he's gone because he was losing so bad. I think he's going to so what's my point? My point is, I'm not a black pillar, because right now what happens is Dan Bongino is back, and he's here to attack all of the black pillars that are undermining the Trump movement. And it's really sad, because I'll probably get lumped into this thing. And I don't know if this guy's been following the internet while he was in the FBI. Objectively, the numbers show, we have the poll. The numbers show that Americans do not think that the FBI was reformed. 83% of Trump voters think that the FBI and the CIA and other federal agencies still need major reforms. This guy was deputy director of that organization, and almost all of Trump voters say that he didn't do a good job because they still think that the agencies need to be reformed. So Dan Bongino, that's the subtext. America thinks you failed. Really, less than 15% of Trump voters actually think you were even at least somewhat, successful. And that's bad. To come out of the gate swinging. Why is he fighting people on the internet that they think? And so what they're doing is they're gatekeeping Trump's big tent. And everybody's just trying to shove people out of the big tent now. Oh, you're a black pillar. Oh, you're not Israel for, this and that. And they're casting these people out. Oh, well, you care about Epstein, and Epstein's BS, and you're not allowed to care about it. And it's not going to work. You can't. This is so reductive. You can't just cut and still have a big tent. And what's wild is, if you follow me, you know that I've gotten in Twitter spats with Mark Levin that all started just because I defended Tucker Carlson because he was exercising his First Amendment rights. I wasn't even agreeing or disagreeing with this guy. I proceeded to ratio. We're up to 11 times now. Mark Levin, a lot of those happened over the last couple of weeks. But then Dan Bongino comes out of the gate in his very first 24 hours, and he's already retweeting Ben Shapiro twice, Mark Levin 2 or 3 times. And these people have destroyed their own followings because they're not really, they don't have their finger on the pulse of MAGA, let's just say. And that's weird, because MAGA is in an existential situation. So he's we're at a pivot point, I guess. And again, I think we're on the upswing. I think it's an inflection point. And this is all about momentum. All of these cuts, all of these inner conflicts happened because the train lost momentum. Train is picking up again. This noise will be drowned out. And that's what I've been really harping on. It's do X, Y, and Z. America will love it. And then we won't be fighting about Israel. That's what my advice has been. And we're starting to do that. And it's really good. But look, a third of Dan Bongino's tweets since has been back are attacking Dave Smith, who, I guess he's a nice guy, but he's not really super relevant to a 7 million follower Twitter account. What are we even doing here, folks? And all he's been talking about is black pillars. Or is this really what we're going to do? Is this free thinkers? Is this God-given free will and personal human agency and integrity? Attacking people who are making valid call outs? I just don't understand. I don't get it. Yes, Charlie was specifically the glue holding together 2 disparate parts of the MAGA tent. And we don't have to get it. We all know what those 2 parts are. Yeah, where were I just missed. Israel firsters appointing themselves as gatekeepers. Gatekeeping, I'm not making it about Israel. Gatekeeping is not the sign of a healthy movement, and it's not the right kind of thing. It's super beta. Who is Dave Smith? He's a liberal comic that went on Joe Rogan and debated Douglas Murray, maybe. Interesting guy. I applaud him for going out and debating. He is he's not, it's not fair to say anti-Israel. He's an anti-Israel first Jewish comic, liberal, classical liberal, maybe. I don't know him that well. He debated Josh Hammer back in July. It was kind of interesting. I think that was hosted by Turning Point USA. He's in like that kind of circle of like Sam Hyde kind of people too, I think. I don't know. Maybe people. Yeah, Douglas Murray. It was Douglas Murray. I don't know much of that guy too. I wasn't too impressed by his performance on Rogan, but he's tweeted a lot of really base stuff over the last, couple months. Yeah. Ben Shapiro's numbers are horrifying. He's losing, like you said, 1,000 YouTube subscribers a day. And here's what's interesting. You look at people who might not know this about YouTube. If you look at Ben Shapiro's YouTube subscribers, you can say, oh, he's got 5 million subscribers. 1,000 a day is like chump change. It doesn't really matter. But he's been on YouTube a really long time. And the way subscribers work is that they just pile up and then people like change their accounts. They stop going on YouTube. They don't log in. And those subscribers just lie fallow. So those aren't actually active subscribers that are really being shown your video. So he's probably got something only in the vicinity of 600,000 or 700,000 like active subscribers watching his videos. And you see his videos are getting, like 200,000 or 300,000 views now. So 1,000 a day is a real blow to the business. And I'm not attacking them, but like they're doing weird stuff with Candace Owens' old channel now and stuff like that. It's like really weird. Yeah, and it's all these people who are never Trumpers who are now like super, super Trump. You can't black pill, blah, 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 blah. Like we all know, we can see the Matrix.